Concentration is the game, keep the rhythm if you can. Concentration is the game, keep the rhythm if you can. T-H-O-M-A-S-E-U-R-K-E. Welcome to Thomas Bach Schools. This is Watoto Shambani. Yay!
Today we are going to learn about avocado farming.
My favorite food is ugali. I want to be a farmer so that I can help people to get food and to get money. If I could grow a magical plant, it could be money because I love money.
My favorite food is pizza. I want to be a farmer because I can help my family. If I could grow a magical plant, it will be a car because it will help me to support the plants to my family.
My favorite food is chapati. I want to be a farmer because I want to expand my business worldwide and get money. If I could grow a magical plant, I would grow a car so that I can transport goods to my family and friends.
Good afternoon all. This is Shilenje Samson, teacher in charge of 4K Club in Thomas Bach Primary School. I'll be answering some of the questions asked by our students.
Hi Teacher Shilenje, if I may ask, how do avocados grow and what are the key stages of their development?
Thank you so much for the question. Avocados are very important and therefore they need to be taken well care of. As a farmer, it's good to understand that avocado has some stages that they go through before they mature. First of all, we have a seed stage, we have seedling, we have a vegetative, pollination, then we also have the flowering stage before they now bring out the bud.
Hi Teacher Shilenje, if I may ask, how long does an avocado seed take to grow full size?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. Avocados are quite interesting in terms of how they grow and develop into a mature plant. Considering that we have different types of avocados, this will depend on the type of the avocado that the farmer has grown. Number one, we have those that will take a shorter period of time of about 3 to 4, and then we have those that can take to about 13 years, depending on the type. Yeah.
Hi Shilenje, if I may ask, what are the different types of avocados and their uses?
Thank you once more. We have 2 common types of avocados, especially considering the climate on this side, on this part of Africa. We have the common one, which is Hass, and the other one is Forte.
Hi Teacher Shilenje, what pests and diseases are common in avocado farming?
Thank you so much. We have around quite a number, but I'm going to mention the common ones. That is the aphids, we have the bugs, and the caterpillars. Caterpillars are very dangerous because they act on the leaves, which is very important in the development of the plant.
Hi Shilenje, how do you know when an avocado is ready for harvest and what are the specific signs?
Oh, thank you. It's very easy to tell an avocado that is very ready for harvesting. One, there is texture. Two, we look at the color. And then, if you are a good farmer, you can also look at the plant, the attachment point. If the plant, if you touch on the avocado and it can easily come off, then you tell that that one is very ready. Texture, you will use your palm. You take the avocado, then you hold it in your palm. You press, you try pressing a little. If it seems tender, then that avocado is ready. Then of course the color, it turns dark.
Hi Shashilanja, what is the best way to store avocados after they have been harvested?
Thank you. Farmers or any other person that is engaged in avocado farming is encouraged to ensure that the place that is storing the avocado is clean and then is out of moisture. The place should be at least at room temperature. Then if you are using a sack, the sack should be clean and dry. Yeah, if you do that, you are going to take, it's going to take some time before it gets rotten.
Hi, Shashilenge. What are some of the interesting facts and stories about avocados and their role in agriculture?
Avocado plant is very, very interesting in this way. You realize that commonly on every Kenyan plate, you will not miss an avocado. You walk to any hotel within the urban center, you may not miss a piece of an avocado. Walking around on the streets within Nairobi, you'll always find a buffet. You will find very many people doing what we are used to, the blending part of it. And most of these young children, especially the young people, are getting used to blended juice.
Hi Shashilenge, how can kids get involved in avocado farming?
It's important to note that generations are very, very important when it comes to agriculture, because it is something that is passed on from one generation to the other. So we try and bring in other interesting activities. Like for example, we can introduce competition of maybe blending juices and many other things. This is going to at least encourage these learners develop an interest in avocado farming.
Hi Shashilenge, what are some of the challenges faced by avocado farmers?
Yeah, there are quite a number of challenges which, if not worked on, they pose a lot of danger in avocado farming. One, pests and diseases. You realize that an avocado that is not healthy will not produce. Therefore, we need to do pest control. We need to ensure that they are free from diseases. Number two, avocado is facing a lot of challenges from other fruit products. Remember, we have those that are also genetically produced, and therefore, that competition, you'll realize that to grow an avocado tree, for it to mature up, it will have taken time for a farmer to produce compared to the other common ones.
Hi Shashilenge, how do avocados benefit the environment and the local ecosystem when they are grown?
Just like a normal tree in an environment, an avocado being a tree completes what we call water cycle. Remember, water is life, and therefore it plays a very important role. Number two, the addition of nutrients, nitrogen in the environment, purification of the oxygen, it's very, very vital.
Hi Shashilenge, how can we promote avocado farming?
Thank you so much. Number one, we need to produce enough for us to have it on our tables. So we need, first of all, to look at that farmer, provide incentives by issuing, organizing for awareness. Number two, we also need to ensure that these farmers are also provided with the required seeds. And if need be, we can go ahead and even fund them in terms of production. Then we should encourage Kenyans by doing awareness that avocado on a plate is very healthy, the nutrient part of it and so on.
Hi teacher, if I may ask, how do we deal with weeds in avocado farm?
Thank you. Weeds are very dangerous to any plant, and therefore it is quite important that as you tender the plant, as you are taking care of the plant, it is important that we weed to do away with the weeds. They compete, number one, they compete for nutrients. And once the nutrients are depleted in the soil, it becomes difficult for even the avocado to develop into fully within the expected time.
Hi Chachilenje, if I may ask, how do we handle fertilization and soil health in our avocado farm?
Thank you. Soil is very important, and therefore a serious farmer needs to ensure that the soil is in good condition. For example, from the time the land is being prepared, we need to do soil treatment, and that starts with the measuring the type of trying to find out the type of the soil, ensure the pH of the soil, and to make sure that it is of the required standard. Number two, you can also bring in the use of manure, do mulching to improve the nutrient part of the soil.
Hi Chachilenje, can you please tell me the importance of crop rotation in agricultural farming?
Crop rotation is very important. We have different crops add different nutrients. For example, we have those crops that add nitrogen into the soil. So if we do rotation, especially with the avocados, the next time you are doing it, then we shall have enough nutrients, for example, the nitrogen I'm talking about, within the soil. So it's important that any farmer should do crop rotation. Welcome back from the break. I'm Teacher Shilenje. Just like I had mentioned earlier, I would like to demonstrate, or rather explain on how we can plant an avocado. With me, I have a sample soil. I have a sample of mulch, and I have manure with me here. I have several tools that I'm going to use. I have a djembe, and I'm going to also demonstrate that water is very important, and therefore we have water here, and I'm going to use a watering can. First, I'm going to take you through the first steps. We'll start by preparing the hole that we are going to use to plant the seedling. I have the seedling here, but before I start demonstration, allow me say something about the soil that I have here. To conserve the environment, we chose to use collected soil. Remember, we have soil erosion. Therefore, we have within our compound, we have areas that are prone to soil erosion. Therefore, we have collected this soil that was carried, and that is why we are using buckets. Remember, being an urban school, we have a challenge with enough space, and therefore we chose to use buckets. Some of these buckets are used ones, so we are doing what we call recycling. Remember, buckets are very dangerous to our environment, and therefore we make good use of this to ensure that they are not scattered all over within the compound. So the soil here, we have tried to mix it with some other materials, but again, because we want to plant, we ensure that we also mix it with what? With manure. My manure here is collected from animals. Within the compound, we have guinea pigs, we have rabbits, and we also have chicken around. So we collect their droppings, and then we conserve them. We prepare manure. So whenever we want to do any planting, that is what we use. We encourage, and that is why I'm encouraging my learner here. As he grows, he should understand that organic manure is very, very beneficial compared to inorganic. The seedlings that I have here, remember, you can plant from direct from a seed. You can plant from a seedling. Then you can also do cutting. But that one you have to be very careful because it has to go through the process of grafting. A grafted one will take shorter time compared to the other two. That is the seedling, the normal seedling, and the cutting. And therefore, we have chosen to use the grafted one. We did it ourselves with the learners. The mulch that we are having here, we slash around the compound. Whatever the trash that we collect, we mix it with whatever we have got from the lawnmower. Then we keep it as our mulch. Remember, mulching is very important. Number one, it helps in conservation of moisture within the soil. Two, it eventually decomposes with time, and therefore adding nutrients in the soil. Remember, I mentioned that soil erosion is a challenge within the compound, and therefore we encourage them whenever we are doing all this to use mulch, because it also protects the soil from agents of soil erosion. We have a panga here. Remember, we are doing avocado. If you walk around within the compound, you'll not miss to find an avocado tree. We have other practices, gardening practices, for example, pruning. So the panga here is a very important tool that we usually use when it comes to pruning. Remember, pruning is very important in a plant. It helps the plant to concentrate, especially its nutrients. So I'll be adding more information, and maybe before we have the watering can. The can that we are using here, it is a good one when it comes to water conservation. I usually collect our water using gutters from the buildings around. We store it. So whenever we collect the water, we use it sparingly. So first you make a hole, and you ensure that the hole is deep enough, not very deep. Then immediately you add manure. Then within that point that you have poured the manure, you make a hole again. And then you put your seedling. You ensure that the soil around it is also firm, but not very firm, to help hold the roots and the stem. And then you will put your mulch. Ensure that you put enough. Remember what I said about the importance of putting mulch. This is conserving the water, and eventually it will rot and act as manure. Then water is very important. So I'm putting water around it just to ensure that there is enough moisture for the roots to continue developing and sprouting. There we are. There we are. Then this is not enough. You have to ensure that you keep it water throughout until you are very sure that your plant is now firm. This is how we do the planting of an avocado. Thank you very much.